You're doing this for you.
What do you want in your life?
What you learn to do is, okay, I'm going to go forward. I can't get out of this. I'm going to go forward. I'm not going to quit, so I'm going to go forward. Bring it on.
If you do not have clear goals for your life, you are condemned forever to work for those who do.
What are you here to do? Are you here to kind of exist in this comfortably numb, interquartile range, middle period thing of life? Or do you want to make some fucking waves? I want to make some waves. I want to do something that I look back on and I go, yeah, I made that happen out of nothing. I had an impact. I left a dent. And that's not going to happen if you're sitting in good but not great.
If I can instill one piece of advice into all human beings, it would simply be to believe in yourself without a doubt. And don't rely on anybody to believe in you. Don't rely on anybody to push you or make you better. Believe in yourself and only yourself, and allow that human being to make you a better person.
And I think if there's anything that you learn, it's to keep pushing through things that suck.
But I didn't get here doing everything that I love. I did a fuckload of shit I hate, and I did it for a very long period of time. And I did not have anyone to root me on. And in fact, I had many people who were actively trying to destroy my path and tell me why it was a terrible idea.
There's definitely something about the pursuit of goals being more important than the achievement of them as well. There's 3 men on a ladder, one at the bottom, one in the middle, and one at the top. Which one is best to be? He said the one that's still climbing. Having things isn't that fun. Getting things is fun.
We have so much influence coming at us that we are so lost. We don't know what we want to do because we don't spend enough time with ourselves.
And I would love to say like, keep pushing through adversity, but this isn't adversity. This is just things that suck. It's one level below adversity. Adversity is when you're having a challenge. This is just something that's gonna suck, and you're gonna have to push through it.
You see, in life, it's very simple. Either you are working toward the accomplishment of your goals, or you're working toward the accomplishment of other people's goals.
This is something I've only realized relatively recently, but after a certain level of material comfort, the only person that you need to do this thing for is you.
You have to really analyze your life, because I guarantee you most of the things that we're going through, someone else has already gone through. So what one person can do, another can do. And it's important that we believe that you are not alone in this journey. You're not the first person to go through what you're going through. Whatever you're dealing with, a learning disability, you're fat, you're bullied, you are not the first person to endure whatever you're going through. So what that means is this: you are just as tough as all the other people that have endured what you are enduring right now. So always stay in the fight.
Regardless of your circumstances, even if things are fucked up around you, you can change that by going to work.
Your conscience knows when you're being honest and when you're not. I think optimizing to make that person happy, that conscience happy, is a really good idea. There's this quote from the ancient Greeks that says, "Live as though all your ancestors were living again through you."
Nobody knows what you are. Like even sometimes you don't really even know what you are. You got to take your shot. And it's like, as much as you want people to agree and you want the people around you to be supporting your dreams and all, it's not going to be like that all the time. You got to do it alone.
You'll miss 100% of the shots you never take. Just have a go. Have a go. See what happens. Sometimes it's been spectacularly successful. Sometimes it's crashed and burned. It's okay.
Everything that you do counts. The biggest mistake that people make is they think that only what they want to count counts. When you go to bed early and get up early and you work, it all counts.
Contemplate the price you pay for inaction. So I think a lot of the time we presume that inaction has no cost, but it does. Inaction does have a cost, because your attention is the most important thing that you have. And it's not time. People think that time is the most important resource you have in life. It's not. It's attention. Because you can spend your time in ways where your attention is captured such that you didn't enjoy the time or realize the time has passed. So contemplate the price that you pay for inaction.
You got to start walking, because the perspective's not going to change. You have to start moving forward. You have to start taking steps in order to improve your vision, improve your perspective, change your perspective, make some kind of progress. And worst case scenario, you figure out that you walked the wrong direction. Okay, now you can go walk in the other direction.
You have to learn to shut off a phone, shut off a computer, shut off a TV. And it's okay to sit in a room by yourself in a chair and just think about you, where I want to be, where do I see myself tomorrow, the next year from that. And it takes a lot of self-discipline to be able to do that nowadays, because you want to be so attached to everything. You want to be so caught up with the world. The world's moving too fast. The world's moving so fast that you're trying to keep up to the point where you lose yourself in the world.
And it's all going on the plus side of your ledger. A person who has a great life by the law of accumulation is a person who's accumulated far more credits, more pluses on the credit side than debits on the debit side. If what you are doing is not moving you toward your goals, then it's probably moving you away from your goals.
Ultimately, you are doing things not to say that you've done them, but for the experience of having done them. When you look back, it's the experience itself and not just the outcome that matters.
One often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it. Your mind is like this water, my friend. When it is agitated, it becomes difficult to see. But if you allow it to settle, the answer becomes clear.
I just keep losing. Some people just supposed to lose. Like, are there just some people on earth who are supposed to be here just to make it easier for the winners?
Resistance is a symptom of the way things are, not the way things necessarily should be. Actual victory belongs to things that simply do not see failure. Let the path push you like a broken branch in a river's current.
But standing there, lost, and not doing anything is just waiting to die, waiting to starve to death. Don't let that happen.
And one of the big determining factors in how you feel will be the outcome. Do not derogate how important the actual process and making sure that you enjoy it is.
Everything that you're doing is either moving you toward the things that you want to accomplish in life, the person you want to be, the wealth you want to accumulate, or it's moving you away.
If you don't have the right mental attitude to when negative stuff happens to you, you're not going to be able to exploit the good stuff when it comes your way. If you're still alive, think about the worst things that have ever happened to you. How bad do they feel now? And guess what? You woke up this morning. It wasn't as bad as you thought. I think that's a really powerful way to look at it. But look back at the worst moments of your life, the moments you thought you'd never recover from. Look where you are. You recovered. What's stopping you bouncing back other than yourself?
Do you actually want to do this or not? Do you actually want to do this or not?
A lot of people wait for perfect conditions to start, but don't realize that starting is the perfect condition. Waiting to begin never got anyone anywhere.
I don't look at failure as failure. I look at failure as attempts at what I'm trying to accomplish.
You just do the work and you get there. The human mind, the human body, the human psyche is so pliable. You can literally become anyone and anything. Multiply that over time and experience, and don't quit even when it sucks.
This too shall pass. If you are having the greatest time in your work, this too shall pass. If you are successful, this too shall pass. If you are sick, if you are experiencing great tragedy and great drama, great difficulty, this too shall pass.
Nobody is perfect. People are going to tell you you're perfect just the way you are. You're not. You are imperfect. You always will be. But there is a powerful force that designed you that way. And if you're willing to accept that, you will have grace. And grace is a gift.
Let's say I failed the first time. That's just my first attempt. And I have a second attempt and a third attempt. I don't look at it as failure. Because when you start putting a title on different things, names, you start to brand certain things, failure is a big word. But if you're failing at something that's extremely difficult, to me, it's not really failure. It's your first attempt. And through that first attempt, you gain so much knowledge for the second and possibly third attempts, and then you'll finally succeed.
The doubt of 1,000 people on me is less dangerous than if I had self-doubt. The most important conversation you could ever have is that conversation that takes place between your ears, right, with yourself.
Because if you actually want to do it, what's going to stop you? Nothing. And if you don't really want to do it, what's going to stop you? Just about anything that comes up. Just about any obstacle that gets in your way becomes an excuse. It becomes a reason. It becomes a rationale for not proceeding down that path.
At some point, everything's going to go south on you. Everything's going to go south, and you're going to say, this is it. This is how I end. Now, you can either accept that or you can get to work. That's all it is. You just begin. You do the math. You solve one problem, then you solve the next one.
Think about a thing that you want to make a change with now and bring into the present moment all of the ways it's cost you in the past, is costing you now, and will cost you in the future. All of the situations you've been through where you wish that you could have changed it, what it's doing to your life in the moment, and all of the ways that in the future this is going to continue to curtail and limit your happiness and your fulfillment. And then do the opposite. Think about how much better life could be if you did do this thing, whatever the thing is, whatever the changes that you're looking to make.
Because most human instinct is to wait. Most human instinct is to hesitate. Most human instinct is to let things go longer and stick with the status quo. And that seems to be on the front, the lowest risk in the situation is to not do anything. It usually appears to be the lowest risk.
I do think mental strength is the number one thing that you can have to succeed in life. It's not about how hard you can hit. Life is about how hard you can get hit, get back up and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
So today, don't think about it. Don't talk about it. Don't wish for it. Go for it. Dive, move, start, act. Trust me, it's the only way to get there.
I think that's one of the few things that you learn in basic SEAL training is to shrug your shoulders and go forward.
You don't have to feel good about it. You just have to keep going. The feeling will pass, but you will remain. You are greater than your feelings. Going to bed late and waking up early to work for a few days won't kill you. You're not going to burn out. You're doing what it takes. If you're one of those people that push work-life balance, just remember, the people who like working a lot don't care. I've never regretted trying harder at anything ever. Hard times last long, but an epic story feels like a lifetime.
And people miss out on this, man. The purpose, we're all looking for this golden purpose. Is it this? Is it that? Is it making money? Is it my family? Motherfucker, the purpose is you. We forget that. Every fucking day I wake up and I don't want to do some fucking shit. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? Do you want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't? You have to learn how to get up and do shit when you ain't got no fucking 5K, no 10K, nothing. Nothing exists. Your life fucking sucks. You're in the fucking dungeon. But guess what, motherfucker? I'm still going to get it.
Well, you should be afraid of taking risks and pursuing something meaningful, but you should be more afraid of staying where you are if it's making you miserable. It's like the first thing you want to do is dispense with the idea that you get to have any permanent security outside of your ability to contend and adapt. It's like you're paying a price by sitting there being miserable. And you might say, well, the devil I know is better than the one I don't. It's like, don't be so sure of that. The clock is ticking.
I had to condition people to take action, even in the SEAL teams. Even a young SEAL leader who you would think would be, by nature, aggressive and an action taker, you put them in a pressure situation where there's not a ton of information and they need to make a decision, they don't want to act either. So one of the things that I would teach was that their default mode was to be aggressive. Their default mode was to take action. I would teach that. I wouldn't say, hey, look, that means you have to take action, but your default setting should be, I'm going to do something. Because I'd have a young SEAL officer and there'd be some training mission and there'd be a problem in a building and there'd be a bunch of paintball flying around in there and he wouldn't want to go solve that problem. He'd back away from that problem. And I would have to go like push him in the back and say, you see that problem over there? You got to go solve that problem. It's not going to go away. You got to be aggressive. That's got to be your default mode, is to take action and make things happen.
I'm already working all of the hours that I'm awake, and I've already given up Saturdays. So the only thing that I have left is like Sundays and evenings. And so I am no longer going to be watching any football, and I'm no longer going to have Netflix at all. And that is what I'm giving up for 7, 8, 9, and 10. Because if you sacrifice everything, there's nothing left than to do the one thing that matters.
Because when that time comes, the time is going to come, when that purpose is there, you'll be ready.
Nobody knows me. Nobody really knows me. They have assumptions of me, but nobody really knows me, and that is in my favor.
Emotional pain is a hell of a teacher, but it won't kill you. Would life be easier if you didn't feel everything so very deeply? Perhaps. But the only reason you're getting the outcomes that you want is because of your depth of thought. And as bad as it feels, this that you're going through right now is the breadth of human experience, and you're alive, and your inner landscape is a fascinating world to explore. So act with curiosity.
Most of the limitations we have do not exist in reality. They exist only in your own mind. And one of the starting points of great achievement is to start questioning those self-limiting beliefs and throw them off and act as if they did not exist.
There's a great Chinese expression, a great old proverb. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now.
I believe that everything happens for a reason. People change so that you can learn to let go. Things go wrong so that you can learn to appreciate them when they're right. And sometimes good things fall apart so better things can fall together.
What you are doing right now your goals, the desire for attainment, your attachments to this world. They're hypotheses to be tested, not ideologies to be proved.
When you weren't given the gifts, the only thing you can do in life is stay hard. This is all you can do. There's no magic pill or a magic potion. All you can do is outwork the man that God created or woman in you. And what that looks like is unfun. People will not see the truth. They will see what they want to see is, I don't want to live like that. Good. And you will live exactly the way you live now, questioning who you are, wondering what is possible, wondering what you are capable of doing. That's how that looks.
Reminder that if you want to be exceptional, you're going to be different from everyone else. That's what makes you exceptional. You can't fit in and also be exceptional. Both have discomfort. When you fit in, you have internal conflict because you're not being 100% you. When you're exceptional, you have external conflict because everyone sees you as different. Pick one. When your friends start to say, you've changed, remember it's because they don't know how to say, you've grown.
It's irrelevant what other people say. And once you come to understand that, the noise quiets. If you can understand that it is irrelevant what people gossip, it is irrelevant what they say, it is irrelevant if they laugh, it is irrelevant if they doubt you, it is irrelevant if they talk shit, and you understand that the only thing is relevant is what you do, you're going to succeed.
There's a lot of dream killers out there. Some come with the best of intentions. Others, by design, are designed to kill your dreams and to suffocate your ambition. You know what you're meant to do. You know what you desire to do. You know what your purpose and your meaning is going to be in life. Like, you can sense it. You can feel the gnawing of greatness in you, right? And you know that you have to elevate to the 2.0 version to get there, but there is risk involved, that you have to fear, you have to face the fear and doubt and uncertainty, and you have to go against some of the things that the people that you love and respect say.
It's a progressive realization of yourself. You're consistently realizing that you can become better and better and better. I think that there's a season in life for everything. There's a season for money, there's a season for fun, there's a season for hard work. You have to determine that season based on your goals.
I believe most of the great things in life are done in silence. And when you get quiet, you can listen to your spirit. You can listen to your heart. God speaks to our hearts, and the adversary, the devil, whatever you believe in, speaks in our mind. And when we can get alone, our heart opens.
When you do anything, it adds up. When you do nothing, it amounts to zero. So take the small steps every day. Do what you're supposed to do, and don't expect some incredible results in 1 day or 2 days or 10 days. Worthwhile things take 100 days. They take 500 days. Maybe they take 5,000 days. They take time, but it's little steps that add up.